Welcome back, Sens fans, to another Sens virtual game day. I'm Kira Johnston, your host of this evening, and I'm fired up to be back at CTC after a few days off. We had a few games last week, a few more coming up, and tonight, Matthew Tkachuk and the Flames take on Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators. I'm sorry, obviously, we are Brady here. We are Team Brady here, and let me know in the chat below, are you Team Brady or Team Matthew? And also, I need to know, who do you think is going to rack up the most points tonight? Get the chat fired up right now. I want to see some competition, some fighting in the chat. I'll be watching out for everybody's comments. Now, if it's your first time here, welcome to the show. If you have no idea what's going on, I'll explain to you. We've designed this show as a second screen viewing experience to take everything that happened in the Canadian Tire Centre right to you at home. I'm here every TV timeout and both intermissions with exclusive video and content, player profiles, you name it, we've got it, so stay tuned. Now, the best part of the show is there are 3 ways that you can interact with us, and it all starts with your phone, obviously. So get that phone out. Number 1, you are an aux tonight, okay? I don't know if you say aux or AUX. I'm old. I say aux. I don't know, whatever. You guys can actually request your favorite songs on Twitter using the hashtag #SensSong. There is a double S in the middle there. Yeah, so request your favorite song, and we will play it live at the Canadian Tire Centre for myself, the players, the media to hear. Whoever is here will hear your song request. Number 2, grab your phone, snap a selfie, take a picture of you and your squad watching the game or watching the show, and send it to us on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag #Sens. We want to feature you on the show tonight. If it's an awesome photo, we'll toss you up on the show, and you'll see yourself live. And if you're lucky, you might even make it on the scoreboard for the Senators to see mid-game. You guys, it's an awesome opportunity. And number 3, this is a chance for you to win big. I'm talking $100 to skip the dishes. That is so much free food, and it's beyond easy to win. Congratulations, Matt B and Alexis R. They were the winners of the past 2 games, and all you have to do is do exactly what they did. So go onto your phone, click on the Senators app, which I'm sure you have downloaded by now, and if you don't, take the time, download it, and then all you have to do is hit the check into win graphic as soon as the app opens up, and that's it. The winner will be chosen by the end of the game. All right, now it's been a few days since the Senators took the ice here at CTC, our last game being on St. Paddy's Day. Unfortunately, we did fall short in 3-2 in a shootout. Let's check out the game highlights right here anyways. Such an exciting game. It was another nail biter. The guys have got to stop doing this. I am stressed out, and I see you guys in the chat too. You were stressed out at the very end there. I would like another big win tonight. So let me know in the chat, what do you think the score prediction will be at the very end of the game? I'm looking for a big win. How about you guys? Now here's a guy looking to make a difference in the lineup tonight. We have Josh Brown in for Eric Goodbranson, and he is ready to get back to his first game since March 12th.
Josh, thanks for doing this, and good morning. No doubt feeling pretty good about getting back into the lineup here tonight. Is it just a simple case of playing your game?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think when you're out for that long like I was, it's important to just kind of keep it simple early. I know that's a bit of a cliche, but I think that does wonders for your game. You know, try and play physical just to get back to that style, because it's hard to recreate that in practice, I guess. So yeah, it's just trying to get back to my game as fast as possible.
Is Calgary a team that maybe is pretty well suited for your game?
I think so. I mean, they play very physically, obviously, so that's obviously how I like to play. So I know I'm going to get hit, so that means they're going to get hit. So that's just, yeah, I think that helps me kind of get my feet under me early.
I was just going to say, I'm guessing that to get yourself real comfortable lining up somebody and making that big hit would probably do you a world of good to begin the hockey game. But at the same time, is it a fine line not to go out of your way to do something like that?
Absolutely. I think, you know, yeah, you can get your head spinning thinking like, oh, I got to do something here, I got to make a big hit. But then you might go out there and start chasing it a bit, and then you're not timing it properly, and then they blow right by you. So, you know, I think it's kind of letting things come to you, trying to trust your gap, and if things present themselves, then yeah, definitely take the opportunity.
Are there any additional questions for Josh this morning? We'll go to Bruce Garriott at Post Media.
Hey Josh, how difficult is that process, you know, of sitting for as long as you did?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, you know, but you know, I think it's a testament to the guys on this team. You know, we have a great group of guys here, and you know, they still always are making me feel welcome and a part of the team, which I think goes a long way. Sometimes you can kind of start to feel like you're on the outside looking in. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not something that anybody wants to do, but obviously hockey, kind of like Tony Romo said before about football, it's a meritocracy, right? You have to earn your ice time, you have to earn everything that you want in this game. So obviously I needed to step up in different ways, and I'm looking to start that tonight for sure.
We'll go to Matt Tidcombe at Senators.com.
Hey Josh, somewhat of a follow-up. How do you kind of mentally get yourself in a good headspace, you know, when you're going through what you've just been going through here?
I think kind of like I said, having great teammates goes a long way, and then even just friends and family to lean on. You know, they're obviously, I have a great support group back home, so you know, yeah, just you get some phone calls every now and then, which just kind of pick you up, which is great. But you know, at the end of the day, you got to just kind of keep grinding. You got to try and get better and better every day. That's part of our job, so it's the way things go sometimes. But yeah, I think I'm pretty lucky to have a great support group back home.
Final one is from Kyle Bukowskis at Sportsnet.
Hey Josh, you mentioned just the teammates and how they've helped through all of this, and DJ was talking about, you know, pushing the leadership group a little bit more here over this little break in between the action. I'm just wondering, for, you know, the guys that I guess would still be considered young players in the league but have been in the organization for a little while now, how would you assess just how they're handling all of this year and the impact they've made?
Yeah, you know, I think that that core group that's kind of been here, that has battled through the tough seasons, I think they've been pretty good. You know, obviously they've been through it and they're sick and tired of it, but at the same time they can kind of help guys who maybe haven't been through it as much, and I think they've been great for that. You know, just someone to be able to talk to, and they just keep reinforcing that we just got to keep buying in, we're a young team, things are going to happen, and yeah, we just got to keep going from there. But I think they've handled it very well for sure.
Sure sounds like Josh is pumped up to draw in tonight. And speaking of draws, we've actually brought back our 50-50 draw tonight. You guys can buy your tickets at Senators.com. The jackpot that you'll be going home with is already over $1,000. The way you win that is by simply buying a ticket at Senators.com. 50% of ticket sales go to your pocket, and 50% goes to programs and organizations through the Senators Community Foundation. So do not miss out. Don't say I didn't warn you. Buy your tickets right now. Now, another deal we have for you guys tonight and every other night is the Golden Goal. This one is out of your hands, unfortunately, but we can sit here and watch and hope they get 3+ goals tonight. That third one is your Golden Goal, and that means that tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 4 a.m., you guys can get $3 Big Macs at any participating McDonald's in Ottawa, as long as you're 13 years or older or use the My McD's app. Now, we are 1 goal shy of that Golden Goal on Monday and Wednesday, and my craving needs to be satisfied, so I'm hoping they get 3+ goals tonight. Now, enough about Big Macs. I could go on about food for a long time. I think it's time to head down to ice level to check out warm-up.
The enemy is upon us. Red shirts march from the east. Blue shirts from the south. 4 legions advance from the west. We must stand as one. The battle for Canada is here.
You guys are the best. Thank you for tuning in to the very first part of our virtual show tonight. We are here all night long during the TV timeouts and both intermissions, and we have a ton of exclusive content lined up for you tonight. It is now time to head over for opening ceremonies live at the Canadian Tire Centre, led by none other than PA announcer John Trottier.
Les sénateurs tiennent d'abord à souligner que la partie se déroulera sur les terres faisant partie du territoire traditionnel non cédé du peuple Anishinaabe-Algonquin. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, the Ottawa Senators would like to formally acknowledge and recognize that this game is being held on the ancestral, unceded territories of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation.
Good evening and welcome to Canadian Tire Centre. Bienvenue au Centre Canadian Tire. This season is presented by Molson Canadian, and tonight's game features the Calgary Flames and your Ottawa Senators. Tonight's officials, les officiels ce soir, the referees, les arbitres, Marc Chouinette and Kevin Pollock. The linesmen are les juges de ligne Michel Cormier and David Brisebois. Les officiels en glace, tonight's offense officials, supervisor and penalty timekeeper Richard Pereira, NHL scoring system manager Mike D'Amico, the official scorer Jeff Bracken, game timekeeper Terry Milks, and the video goal judge is Louis Terrien. Voici l'aliment départ. Alors, the visiting starting lineup, starting for the Flames pour Calgary. Number 4, le numéro 4, Erasmus Anderson. Number 5, le numéro 5, Mark Giordano. Number 19, le numéro 19, Matthew Tkachuk. Number 28, le numéro 28, Elias Lindholm. Number 29, le numéro 29, Dylan Dubé. And number 25, le numéro 25, Jacob Markstrom.
Get you down.
Scores! Short-handed goal!
Looks like they gonna be easy.
Now what a save by Holmberg.
But you
Scores!
gotta play.
Oh my heavens!
It's a matter of mind over matter. Yeah. I tangle with a demon and come out rocking horns. Got delivered, the doctor said a star is born. My circumstances were solid, but I was too bright for my own good. Now I'm trying to get my people out the hood. Where you play at? Is it where bullets spray at? Warned you ahead of time, I am flammable, stay back. Remember when faith was the toughest thing on my mind daily. Nowadays, one music critic can drive me crazy. Building something from scratch with blood and tears. Jagged path to winning, tackled 100 fears. 1990's the year, kicked off a fatal attraction. On my last on the line for the fighting satisfaction. Thinking they got me down, but look, that noise you make it, not profound. Meanwhile, my pen make helicopter sound. Throw a jab, I kinda like Sam Judah. Not a victim to shooter, lifted up by my pride, homie. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Nothing more than true. Nah, I'm sicker than no average.
Partisans des Sénateurs, Sens Army, let's welcome your Ottawa Senators. Senators starting lineup. L'anime partant des Sénateurs d'Ottawa. At forward, à l'attaque, number 13, le numéro 13, Nick Paul. Number 36, le numéro 36, Colin White. Number 63, le numéro 63, Evgeny Tandonov. En défense, à la défense, number 2, le numéro 2, Artem Zoo. Number 5, le numéro 5, Mike Riley. Et le goaltender, le gardien de but, number 32, le numéro 32, Philip Gustafsson. Please rise, remove your hats, and join Jordan McIntosh as he performs O Canada. Veuillez vous lever, retirez chapeau et casquette et joignez-vous à Jordan McIntosh pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All right, Sens fans, it is time for the game. Tune into TSN 5 to watch the game tonight. We'll be back here every TV timeout and, of course, both intermissions. Fire it up in the chat. Go, Sens, go! Woo! Sens fans, did you know that every single game night, Ottawa Team Shop has a deal for you? Now, tonight's deal you don't want to miss out on. It's perfect for you and your bestie, your spouse, your partner, or maybe your kids. It's buy one, get one 50% off for all name and number t-shirts. So if you don't have your 2D gear yet, make sure you hop on this deal before 11:59 p.m. tonight. Now, I'm personally going to buy myself and Spartacat t-shirts, obviously. And I need to know, who should I get? Personally, I'm leaning towards Drake Batherson. He has been absolutely on fire, tying franchise records, scoring goals, and having a ton of fun while doing it. Anyways, his player profile is presented by StaffMax Staffing and Recruiting, Ottawa's #1 staffing and recruiting agency. Make sure to give Drake a follow on his socials so you can keep up with him off the ice as well. Follow him on Instagram at DrakeBatherson9, and over on Twitter, it's just at Drake Batherson. Most recently on his Instagram, Shabbat and White were roasting him in the comments, and it's hilarious. Make sure to give him a follow, like his posts, and check out those comments.
Senators goal! Le but des Sénateurs, his 7th of the season. Son 7e de la saison. Score by number 10, le numéro 10, Ryan Dzingel. Assist number 16, le numéro 16, Austin Watson. And number 5, le numéro 5, Mike Riley. Time to goal, 10 minutes, 23 seconds at 10 minutes, 23 secondes.
Everyone's favorite game day tradition is back. That's right, we have brought back our 50-50 draw. Tonight's jackpot is already over $1,340, and that could be yours. Head on over to Senators.com to buy your ticket. 50% of the money goes towards programs and organizations through the Senators Community Foundation, and 50% of all ticket sales go into your wallet if you are the big winner tonight. If you're feeling lucky, head on over to Senators.com right now and buy your tickets. Now, luck has nothing to do with the next move. It was pure skill from rookie Tim Stützle that ended up as Sport Check's move of the week. And oh baby, it's always a little bit sweeter with these moments when they come against the Leafs. Check it out.
Dadnott gives it back to Stützle on that far side. Stützle looking for a shooting lane. In front! Oh, what a pass! And Drake Batherson has a power play goal.
That great forehand and backhand passing ability right here. What an awesome pass through the slot onto the stick of Batherson.
Senators penalty, punition Ottawa number 24, numéro 24, Christian Wolanin. 2 minutes for tripping, 2 minutes pour avoir fait trébucher, 14 minutes at 14 minutes.
Coming up in the first intermission, we have a very special guest. He recently put out his book, King of Cheer. I just got my copy. Here is a preview of Cameron Hughes.
I was always last pick in hockey as a kid, but I made it to the NHL. All I ever won at tennis was a sportsmanship award, but I made it to the US Open. I came last in my grade 8 cross-country race, but I made it to the Olympics. I was cut from my high school basketball team, but I made it to the NBA. It all started one night when I decided to just get up. And for over 25 years, I've been igniting crowds at events, big and small, connecting live with over 30 million fans. My book, King of Cheer, is a collection of stories from how I forged this unlikely career to the highs and lows of life on the road and the magical experiences I've shared with incredible people around the world. Grab your all-access pass and get ready to cheer.
Calgary penalty, but he's only Flames number 4, numéro 4, Rasmus Anderson. 2 minutes for hooking. 2 minutes pour avoir accroché. 16 minutes 4 secondes. At 16 minutes 4 seconds, Sens are on the power play. Watching the play in the first period. Dernière minute de jeu en première période. After the first period of play, après la première période de jeu, the score is 1 for the Senators, 1 pour Ottawa, and 0 for the Flames, 0 pour Calgary. Shots on goal in the first period, 0 but en première période. For the Senators, 12, pour Ottawa, 12, and for the Flames, 13, pour Calgary, 13.
Welcome back, Sens fans. You're tuning in to another Sens virtual game day showing. We are in the first intermission. Now, in the first period, we saw a sweet goal by Ryan Dzingel and some solid backstopping by Philip Gustafsson, bringing the Sens up 1-0 in the first period. Now, we've got a ton of Canadian Tire Center fun ready for you guys, but first, I have to remind you to check in to win. And what I mean by that is there is a $100 Skip the Dishes gift card up for grabs right now, and it would be a shame if it went to waste. You guys, all you have to do is to check in to win on the app and click on the graphic, and you could be the winner for tonight. There's no better way to kick off the week than with some free food, am I right? Now, up next, I need to know what this guy is ordering from Skip the Dishes because his energy is on another planet. He brings the entire package. I had the privilege of sitting down with professional sports entertainer and recent author of his book, King of Cheer. On Wednesday was part 1 of my interview, and up next is part 2 of my interview with Cameron Hughes. It all sounds like a dream job, like just the best time ever. But I'm sure like any job, there are some ups and there are some downs. What are some of the harder aspects of your job?
I think at the beginning, you know, and even actually sort of now is kind of convincing people the value that I bring. You know, that was very, very challenging. And then when I switched it, the concept of like, it's not just, hey, I'm crazy, I'm going to throw t-shirts, I'm going to go wild. It is, do you need this for your crowd? Do you need more fun? Or do you have a special event? When I started to do that, it became a little easier. And then the traveling. I mean, obviously the travel's insane. You know, before this year, I was on over 100 planes a year, and you know, it's taxing. But when you get to an event, you know this, when you have that moment with the fan, you could be exhausted, but that just something happens, right?
Yeah, the adrenaline gets pumping.
And they give you that energy back, which is that's how you keep it going.
Yeah. Now you've been an entertainer, a public speaker, and now you can add author to your resume. Can you talk to us a little bit about your King of Cheer?
If you're going to write a book, you got to tell everyone you wrote a book. Yeah, my book, King of Cheer, is, you know, it's just a collection of stories from my journey. It's the showing up, it's the getting up, it's the never giving up. It's the highs and lows. It's the wild moments of whether I was at Prince's house or the Olympics or on center court with Novak Djokovic at the US Open. And it's like, it's not just like that big, wild cheer. There's a lot of messaging inside, and there's short stories, there's lots of pictures, and I'm really proud of it. It took me a couple years to do it.
Yeah.
I've been starting to write different stories as I, got into the industry, and I kept all my paraphernalia from the day I started. I have the first newspaper clipping still. So I'm super grateful. When I look at the book, I think of all the people that gave me a shot, right?
Oh, yeah.
From the Sens organization to, I get goosebumps, to every team here. Someone at every team said, let's bring him in and let's do something different for our fans. So in a way too, it's like, it's a big thank you,
Unbelievable. I know like there's so much behind the scenes that goes into the role as well. You don't just show up. There is so much work that goes on. Is it like a behind the scenes as well? Kind of like a
Yeah, there's a lot of that people, like good friends of mine are like, oh, I didn't know that it was that hard. I'm like, yeah, dude, I was living on a couch, and a high school, my mother passed away, and like the challenges of like, keep moving. And she said to me, there's other ways you can contribute to a team. And that's when I started to go and cheer on the teams. And it was like this message that fueled me to just be myself, to be fearless, to take the chances. And, at the end of the day, as I said to everyone, when you get up and take a chance, the crowd will cheer you on. They want you to succeed, right?
Yeah. Now, would you say that your past is what inspired you to put your journey in a book? Like, what was the main motivation to put this in writing?
I think that, it's a beautiful, thoughtful question, because it's like, there's obviously, you want people to be inspired and moved by it and come alive. So that's ultimately it. Yeah. And I think a lot of it too is what I've realized is people are sort of surprised by some of the elements in it, like the heart or the, I didn't know that, and then total strangers that are reading it going, hey, that's so cool. You found a way to do what you love, and you took your talent and your passion and you went for it, and if anything, if I can inspire a few people, perfect.
I think that you probably have inspired a few people along the way. Like, I would say hundreds and hundreds, but now writing the book, what has that process been like in comparison to your other career paths or the other elements you've done professionally along the way? How has it been challenging or fun in different ways?
Well, it's fun because you literally take every story from your life and I put them on a wall. I had like 500 cue cards and I put them on a wall, and then you realize that story doesn't make sense. And what does the audience want to come on, right? If you're at a bar, if you're on a plane, if you're at a cocktail party, what story is going to make sense? And so that was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun to go back and talk to all the different people from, a friend of mine in 96 or 97 hired me for the Toronto Blue Jays. And I called him and we were reminiscing about what it was like and why he brought me in. And I'm like, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm very appreciative of the relationships I have and all the opportunities I have. So I think it shows in the book.
Going back and like reminiscing on all those moments, I'm sure it's similar to life now. We're looking back at the times where we had fans in the building and you could actually go to a game. What has it been like watching from home for you for probably the first time in years?
Yeah, it's challenging in a lot of ways, right? But I can't control it. When I can control it, I'm, hey, I need to work harder to get more gigs. Now it's like, can't really do much. You can be ready when it opens up.
Yep.
But I watch it and, a lot of the time I'm like, hey, why are they doing that? Or why aren't they doing something to bring their fans alive? And it's hard, right? Because the fans want to just watch the game. They're not really expecting teams to be like, do a drum line or have have all the bells and whistles. So it's challenging. And for me, I enjoy watching it now as a true fan, which is also good, Yeah. And I think when we come out, one last thing is, I've challenged all the teams I've talked to and all the companies, like, rip up the script, turn up the volume, create atmosphere, fun, energy when the fans come back.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that day. It's going to be such a good time. Cameron, any last words or pieces of advice for people watching at home and cheering on from their living room or whatever it may be?
Well, I will say this. So Ottawa Senators gave me this jersey in 1994 as payment. They gave me jerseys and sticks. in 1994. And, you know, I got this jersey, I got another jersey. And I just want to say a thank you to the Sens organization from 94 till today, to all the fans who have said, you know, I've met around different arenas. I'm always like, oh, I'm from Ottawa, sorry. But they've supported me. My hometown has supported me, and you can't get anywhere without that support. You get up, you take the chance, and for me, the crowd cheered me on, and I'm so grateful.
I love your loyalty. You're the best. That's all the time we have, but thank you for joining us. It's been an awesome pleasure getting to know you and chatting, and all the best.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
You listened to your coach and played like your heroes. But not every game goes your way. From generation to generation, life lessons are passed on. Our moments of understanding and learning connect us. And while some things change, others stay the same. Esso, 80 years supporting hockey.
So awesome chatting with Cameron. He is full of energy, and I can't wait to have him back in the arena, cheering with you guys, dancing, having an awesome time. Now, there are some other guys that I think everybody would love to have back in the rink, and that is none other than our 4 iconic prime ministers. We have MacDonald, Wilfrid Laurier, we have Borden, we have Mackenzie King, in this exciting rendition of another prime minister's race. Let me know in the chat below who is going to take the win tonight.
A couple of years ago, we interviewed an internal candidate to work as, I don't remember if it was a coordinator or manager position. And during that interview, she said to me, if Chi-Chi can do it, then I can do this, and that's why I'm interviewing for this job. And that kind of made an impact on me. I think that's the first time I kind of felt like, oh, maybe I am a role model. When I was a little kid growing up, Bill Dineen was coaching the Houston Aeros, and his sons We're also
Teachers have always been among the most important influences in a child's life. Now, SAP, the NHL, and the NHLPA are proud to celebrate the teachers who continue to improve the lives of their students even through challenging times.
Everything my parents always stressed with me, school comes first, because it helps you in all aspects of life.
We're just excited to go into class every single day.
I learned so much about technology.
Math portion was great. She just is really caring to all of her students.
Through Future Goals Most Valuable Teacher presented by SAP, we're giving fans a chance to vote for their favorite teacher. Visit NHL.com/MVT to give a special educator a chance to be voted the Most Valuable Teacher of the Month. Their commitment to education and engaging students through compelling programming is inspiring, and we want to give them the tools to do even more.
I have always dreamed of being a teacher, and every day feels like a gift.
I think teachers have a really big responsibility to positively impact their students, and I don't take that responsibility lightly.
Each month's winning teacher will receive $10,000 in technology equipment for their school district.
SAP is donating $10,000 worth of tech devices.
It's just awesome. Thank you.
It's going to impact so many kids that right now don't have access to technology that they deserve.
I really admire and I appreciate everything you do, and you obviously deserve everything, and I hope you keep up the great work.
Visit NHL.com/MVT and vote today.
What a wild Prime Minister's race. I know there was a lot of bets in the comments, but I honestly don't even know who won. The pileup at the end, I think, was between 7 and 8. If you guys guessed it, congratulations. You are the winner for this evening. Thank you guys for joining me for this intermission fun. Of course, we'll be back here every TV timeout and, of course, next intermission as well. It's now time to tune into TSN 5 to watch the game and get fired up for some Senators hockey. Eric, over to you.
Welcome back to the ice, your Ottawa Senators. Calgary penalty, punition les Flames, number 88, le numéro 88, Andrew Mangiapane. 2 minutes for interference, 2 minutes pour obstruction at 4 minutes 49 secondes, at 4 minutes 49 seconds. Sens are on the power play.
I say it all the time, and I truly mean it. You guys are the best fans in the league, and we want to give back to you and find out who the #1 Senators fan is. So tonight, the Ultimate Fan Game Day Trivia is now live for tonight's game against Calgary. All you got to do is go to nhl.com/Senators and test your luck. There'll be a few questions about the Senators, a question about the city of Ottawa, and if you are the winner, you will get a signed Senators 2D jersey, and the winner will be chosen tonight. Guys, try your luck. Senators, nhl.com/Senators. Give it a go. Good luck.
From the West. We must stand as one. The battle for Canada is here.
Don't play shorthanded. Be the extra attacker in the fight against COVID-19.
Practice physical distancing.
Stay at least 1 stick length apart.
Be a team player.
Wear a mask. Soyez un joueur d'équipe. Portez votre masque.
Now, the Senators are an exciting team on the ice, no doubt, but they are hilarious off the ice, and we don't want you to miss a second of it. Up next is In Case You Missed It, presented by Mott's Colmato. Here are some of the best moments of this past week.
Chased out by Dadonov, off the boards, and a break for Horvat. Horvat to the net. Great save made by Gustafsson.
Yeah, I have a Coke with my meal. You know, luckily we got a fridge full of them, so yeah, I like a little. I like Coca-Cola with all my meals.
Looking for Spencer, but that doesn't work. Chance, Kachuk scores, leaking through Hutchinson, and Brady Kachuk has the icebreaker tonight. Brady Kachuk has his 11th, another goal right here, and the Senators have a 2-0 lead as Ryan DeSingle follows right up.
Seeing your guys' fan cutouts every single game is honestly the highlight of the game. It feels like there are fans here, there's people watching with me, and I would like to figure out a way to maybe play games with the fan cutouts. Is that weird? I don't know. Anyways, it brings me back to all the fun that we had during the TV timeouts here at the Canadian Tire Centre, so I want to throw it back to a super fun game of Plinko from last season.
All right, here are your questions. Number one, which Ottawa Senators alumni will have his jersey retired this season on February 18th?
Chris Phillips.
That's correct. Number two, which Ottawa Senator was drafted 4th overall in the 2018 NHL entry draft?
Brady Tkachuk.
That's correct. And number three, going into tonight's game, which Ottawa Senator was ranked 2nd overall in the NHL in plus minus with plus 17?
Pajot.
You got it. That's 3 for 3. And for winning, we're going to give you a bonus Plinko puck. So let's see what prizes you can win here. That's tickets to an upcoming game. All right, that one's nothing. You still got 3 more, though. A Sens t-shirt. Ooh, what are we going to count that one as? Okay, sunglasses. And last but not least, you know what? You still did great, Craig. Thanks for playing. You're going to go home with some great Sens prizes.
Watch nous play in the second period. Dernier de jeu en deuxième période. After 2 periods of play, après 2 périodes de jeu, scores 1 for Ottawa, 1 pour les Sénateurs, and 0 for Calgary, 0 pour les Flames. Shots on goal in the second period, 0 but en deuxième période for Calgary, 13 pour Calgary, 13. 2 period total of 26 pour un total de 2 périodes de 26. And for the Senators, pour Ottawa, 4 for a 2 period total of 16 pour un total de 2 périodes de 16.
Welcome back, Sens fans. I'm Kira Johnston coming to you live from the Canadian Tire Centre for your Sens virtual game day. In the second period, Philip Gustafsson kept us in the game, but there was a lot of effort on everyone's part with 12 blocked shots. The Senators are still up 1-0 against the Calgary Flames. Now, we have a ton of fun lined up for you this intermission, of course, but before we get into it, let's talk about that 50-50, you guys. It has doubled since the last time we chatted. Your jackpot that you could go home with tonight is over $3,000. If you buy one ticket, that amount could be yours. Head to senators.com to get more information and to get your tickets. Now, while you're on your phone, on our website, you might as well check out the fan cutout page. You guys, those fan cutouts are unbelievable. They're in the first row in the 100s. We want to fill them up as much as we can, so purchase your fan cutout right now. The best part is that all the proceeds are going to the Ottawa Senators Community Foundation, and so it's an amazing cause to get in on. Now, they've been featured on broadcasts, on social media. Even the players are loving them. If you follow us on Ottawa Senators Twitter, you would have seen a photo from yesterday's practice. Thomas Chabot, Colin White, and Josh Norris were admiring your fan cutouts, and I think that someone even flicked a puck over just like old time's sake. So please get in on it. It's so fun having you guys here, and it all goes to charity, so it's a win-win. Now, if you follow us and you saw that photo, you might have noticed that the guys were wearing mismatched socks in support of World Down Syndrome Awareness Day yesterday, March 21st. Let's check out more about that initiative right here.
We talked about it as a team, and you know, we thought it'd be important to be able to do that today, and you know, I think it was an important cause, and I'm glad we did it as a team and to show support.
Don't play shorthanded. Be the extra attacker in the fight against COVID-19.
Practice physical distancing.
Stay at least 1 stick length apart.
Be a team player. Wear a mask. Soyez un joueur d'équipe. Portez votre masque.
I am so excited to share with you our next interview. It was such a privilege to sit down with former Ottawa Senator's voice. You might recognize him, and if not, definitely his voice. I have part one right now with the one and only Stuntman Stu. Sens Virtual Game Day Squad, welcome back for another exclusive interview. I am over the moon to introduce to you our special guest today, none other than Ottawa legend, Stuntman Stu. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Ottawa legend? Who? Alfie?
Someone.
Hi, Kira.
How's it going? How are you? How's the family?
Excellent. The family's crazy, as always. The pandemic, when we get out of it, will be fine, but the family's great. I'm great.
Good. Are the kids in school or are they virtual learning right now?
One is in school every day and hates it. One is in school once every 2 days.
That seems unfair to one of the kids, but that's the way it goes. And I heard, as we're filming this right now, it is someone special's birthday.
My daughter's 13th birthday. She's officially a teenager.
How does that feel for you?
It makes me feel old because I remember when she was born, we had a Sens game the next night against Boston back in 2000. When was she born? 2000.
Let's do the math. 2021 right now, 13 years.
See what happens when you get old?
Yeah, it all just mushes together. But yeah, I know. And you're right back to work. You were saying the next day when she was born.
Yeah. Remember that night like it was yesterday.
Yeah, so the Sens, I guess, have been a part of her life for a long time. And if she's 13, she's in grade 9. I don't want to.
7.
Grade 7. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. Now, are you working from home right now?
I am. I'm broadcasting from my basement. It's a very long commute in the morning, 17 seconds from the bedroom to the office. I love it. I love broadcasting from the basement. I can sit here wearing no pants. I put on a retro jersey, the original Sens jersey.
I love it.
This broadcast, but normally I'm in my PJs doing the show.
Yeah, I mean, you're back with Move 100 now, weekday mornings. What is it like being back? Is it awesome?
Well, it was very long to be off, because of my cancer last year. And, everyone dreams of, getting some time off, but you don't want to have a year off or a year and a half off as I had previously in 2016. But it's so good to be back with Angie and Janelle every single morning. I love it.
Yeah. And like you said, the commute is 17 seconds, which is awesome. Your coffee is still hot by the time you sit down at your desk, I'm sure.
Totally.
Now let's take things back all the way to the beginning. Did you know that broadcast would be your career, and did you know that it was something that you needed to be a part of?
I always dreamed of being a broadcaster. I remember my dad would drive me into school every morning when I was in grade 5, and we would listen to this morning show. And I remember my dad saying, "Wouldn't that be a cool job to get paid to tell jokes?" So it's a cool job. I get paid to tell bad jokes, but I love being in broadcasting.
Yeah, I have similar memories growing up. My dad every single morning driving me to school and always had a hockey show on, the hockey radio on, and it's a fond memory for sure. Now, you've been a celebrity in Ottawa for many years, but for someone new watching or listening or tuning in, can you explain where the name Stuntman Stu came from?
Back in 1996, I was a little cub intern at 106.9 The Bear, which is no longer. And I went out and did a stunt that morning. I was still in Algonquin College. And when I came back, the morning show guys, Doc and Woody, said, "That was a great stunt you did this morning, Stu, but you have to have like some kind of a nickname, some kind of a handle." And Doc looked at me and said, "What about there's Super Stu, Studley Stu, hey, what about Stuntman Stu?" And I remember looking at him and saying, "Doc, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." And here we are 26 years later, and Kira's asking me about it.
And they didn't want to go with Studley Stu? What was wrong with that one?
I don't know.
That could have been the one. But I like Stuntman Stu is a great name. Now, you're famously known as the PA announcer for the Ottawa Senators previously. What was it like getting that job? How did you get the gig originally?
Well, in a day and age before social media, back in the summer of 2006, a good buddy of mine emailed me and said, "Hey, did you see the Senators on their website are looking for an announcer?" I'm like, no. So I went to this website. I saw they were looking for an announcer. So I sent in a horrible audition and, to the best of my abilities. And then I got called for the audition and auditioned inside of back then it was the Corral Center. Mm-hmm. And I had an audition in the summer of 2006. The arena was dark. I was up there with my game day director, Glenn Gower. And he just fed me a bunch of numbers. I started announcing goals and penalties to the way I thought it should be done. And then they brought me back a week later. Only this time they had the president and CEO of the team sitting in the stands, unbeknownst to me. And then I went downstairs and the Roy Malacker at the time called me to his office and he says, "You got the job."
Isn't that great news? And I'm curious, when's the last time you watched that audition tape that you originally sent in?
Well, thankfully, there's no video to it. It's all audio. And I listened to the audio a couple of years ago. It's awful. It is so bad. Senators goal scored by number 11, Daniel Albertson.
Oh my God. The things I would do to listen to that. Maybe we have to somehow find that original audition piece and plug it into the show. Oh my gosh.
Under lock and key.
Yeah, we've come a long way. Let's just say that. Yeah. Now, in your first season with the Senators, incredibly, they went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. How did that feel as a new announcer? Did you feel like, oh, every season will be like this?
Exactly. I'm like, what a gig. First year in the NHL announcing and they go to the Stanley Cup Finals. This is awesome.
You're a good luck charm.
It was amazing. It was kind of like an out-of-body experience. I don't remember much from that season. I remember the first Stanley Cup game that we had, and I was very nervous, because you have the whole country watching. And to make it worse, I had Elliot Friedman at the time on CBC going live from the press box. And as Elliot walked down the steps, the camera went on me. And then my cue was, I got a countdown in my ears. And as soon as I heard the countdown and cue, I started announcing the starting lineup. And that's when the whole country saw me doing the starting lineup, which was, I knew it in my head, don't screw up. You have the whole country watching from coast to coast to coast. Don't screw up. So thankfully I made it through.
Oh my gosh, what a moment. I can't imagine how much pressure that felt.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Now, obviously that's got to be a pretty big career highlight, working with the Senators, but can you name any other moment that stands out to you as a pretty outstanding memory working with the team?
Well, I always loved announcing a player's first ever NHL goal. It didn't matter if they were for us or against us. You know that the family's likely in the stands, and you don't want to screw that up. I mean, the player 20 years from now will never remember who announced it, but you're a part of that memory. Just you want to make sure that it's announced properly. You don't want to screw up. So that was always special to me. There was so many memories. There was Alfredson's 1,000-point game. There was Chris Phillips' 1,000-point. Anything that involved Alfie was always a highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. And that note on, their first NHL goal, that is such a beautiful thing to think of. Like, truly, that is such a huge moment in a player's life. And you get to be the one to announce it. I didn't even think about that, but that's an incredible.
Always very special.
You listened to your coach and played like your heroes. But not every game goes your way. From generation to generation, life lessons are passed on. Our moments of understanding and learning connect us. And while some things change, others stay the same. SO, 80 years supporting hockey.
Doing so well, rocking that Sens 2D jersey. It was so awesome chatting with him. Now, just like Stu, people across the country, hockey fans, have been trying to keep entertained and keep busy during quarantine while they're at home. They've been sending in what they've been up to. Let's see what they got. I don't have any special skills, but if you guys do, make sure to share with us using the hashtag NHLFanskills on TikTok, and you might be featured in the next video. Now, speaking of NHL skills, it is time to get back to the hockey and get us fired up for the next period. Eric Sauvé, take it away.
Welcome back to the ice, your Ottawa Senators.
what I miss the most is having you guys here dancing, singing, cheering, bringing all the energy, because honestly, we have the best fans in the league. So right now, I want to throw it back to some exclusive content from a fan of the game cam from last season. Let me know if you guys spot yourself. A big shout out to all the newlyweds who have made it through this wedding season in the pandemic. You guys definitely know each other better than ever before. Up next, let's take a look at last season's newlywed game with people who knew each other before the pandemic.
Now, Kyle, all you've got to do is correctly guess 3 different questions that we asked Tiana, okay? You got to get the correct answers. You ready? All right, here we go. Who is your spouse's favorite Sens player? Don't look to the crowd.
I think it's pretty cute. I'm going to say Pajot.
Let's see what she said. Pajot, good one. All right. Number 2, complete this sentence. I wish my spouse would stop.
I eat a lot, so eating, I'm going to say I eat.
What did you say? Perfect. Eating so much. All right. And question number 3, who is the messiest person in the relationship? Now be very careful what you say here.
I'll say myself.
All right, what did you say? Oh, good one. Bonus points. You know what? I think you guys still deserve a date night. Thank you for playing.
Calgary goal, le but des Flames, is 13th of the season. Son 13e de la saison, score by number 13, le numéro 13, Johnny Gaudreau. Assist to number 17, le numéro 7, Milan Lucic. And number 89, le numéro 89, Nikita Nesterov. Time 14 minutes 54 seconds, à 14 minutes 54 secondes.
Sens fans, here is tonight's unofficial 50-50 winning number, 5766811. Congratulations, the winner is taking home an estimated prize of $3,355. Please head over to Senators.com to claim your prize. Now, in his first start with the Ottawa Senators, Philip Gustafsson, only 22 years old, who is the future of the Ottawa Senators goaltending. He's had an awesome game so far tonight. Here is a save pack of his work from tonight's game.
Senators, goal! Le Petit Sénateur, his 4th of the season. Son 4e de la saison. Scoreman number 71, le numéro 71, Chris Tierney. Assist number 5, le numéro 5, Mike Riley. And number 19, le numéro 19, Drake Batherson. Time to goal, 17 minutes, 24 seconds at 7 minutes, 24 secondes. Last turn to play in the 3rd period. Dernier de jeu en 3e période. Timeout, Calgary. Tanare, Calgary. Here tonight's Molson Canadian 3 stars of the game. Voici maintenant les 3 étoiles Molson. La troisième étoile, the third star, from the Calgary Flames, number 55, numéro 55, Noah Hannafin. The second star, la deuxième étoile, from your Ottawa Senators, number 16, le numéro 16, Austin Watson. Et la première étoile, the first star, from your Ottawa Senators, picking up his first career NHL win, number 32, le numéro 30, Philip Gustafsson.
Philip Gustafsson's first NHL game and first win in the books. That is what I'm talking about, Sens fans. Our next home game is an early one, so meet us back here Wednesday, March 24th at 5 p.m. The Calgary Flames are back against your Ottawa Senators. That's it for tonight. Join us at our next show.